שווה כולנו יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים 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 שווה כולנו יחד.
הנה מה טוב ומנעים,
הנה מה טוב שווה כולנו יחד.
הנה מה טוב ומנעים,
הנה מה טוב שווה כולנו יחד. Go on the tables, we got tables. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Well, volunteers. There you go. No, that's not how we're starting this night off. Hey everyone, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Wow. Here we are on Volunteer Shabbat. Yeah. Yes. Woo! I was at an event last night, and every time there was applause, the person who was kind of emceeing would go. Yes. So my name is Rebecca Goldsmith. I'm Director of Music and Spiritual Arts. For those of you who are here for the first time or don't know me, welcome. I have to say, a year ago when we did Volunteer Shabbat, I knew much less about the interior. Although I knew a fair amount then, I feel like in this year, I've gotten to really understand the breath and life force that is this community. And this community runs so much because of the volunteers. So I've been really looking forward to this night. As full as all of our time has been, this is an incredible way to enter into this week, this Shabbat, this next week of bigger giving thanks, to really appreciate who we are as a community and really honor all of the work that those of you in this room do and that those of you who are not in this room do to make this community what it is. So we're going to get a chance to kind of lift up some of the ways that people volunteer throughout the night, and I want to start us first with just the reminder that we are held, that we are always held by angels, those who we know and those who we don't know. And we'll bring in Shabbat with a welcoming of the angels that support us and support each other. Shalom Aleichem, page 19, thank you. Something, hold on, I'll tell you, it's not on my...
It's in the teens.
It's 13.
13.
Can we say hello to our band? Will Robertson and Sarah Zasla and Clarence Grayson and Ruben Haller and Mike Zimmerman and Jordan Diane.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Come on.
Vo'achem Neshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei
Baruchuni
leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Go in peace, angels.
Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei
Let's take a couple of deep breaths together. Shabbos is upon us. Whatever has been in the week, we are slowly letting go of to bring in and make more space for peace, for rest, for wholeness, for spaciousness. I'd like to invite up a first group of folks who have been volunteering, representatives, because not everyone is here, almost daily, definitely weekly, every single day, so that we have bookends to our days with prayer and with Holy Community. I'd like to ask the folks who are in our mindful moments and in our evening minions to come on up and light our candles for us. This is truly, it is a labor of love, and I know because there is work that goes into holding the space, organizing, planning, thinking about what's happening in any given time of the year, what's happening in the world, and holding space for our community, to our communities to breathe, to notice, to grieve, to be together. So we say thank you so much as we light the candles for Shabbat.
I was thinking of a song in my head. It was a Frank Zappa tune, actually. The one where,
Let's bring in this
it's the
beautiful
one where-
light and
don't
sing together.
Don't tweet that yellow.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Yasher koach, thank you. So those of you who are in the chorus, go ahead and stay up here. Thank you. And I'm going to... No, we're not. You're right. Yes, we are. You're right. They can sit down. It's written. Well, let's just take a moment. Hello, everyone. And now I'm going to have you sit down. We had a little. Yes, go ahead and sit down. But that's a foreshadowing
Yeah,
for
it's a
those of you
Just a
who
little.
are wondering. We're going to turn to page 33,
2 tenors and 2 altos.
Psalm 98.
You like Zappa?
I want to tell you that this week's Parsha, Chaye Sarah, the life of Sarah, has us introduced to the character Rebecca. 2 Ks, no H. No, we don't know. C-C-C-A-C-K-A-H. But we're introduced to her with water, with living waters, that she's drawing from a well. Yes, it's not on 33? 33? Okay. Do you all have taped pieces of paper? So this is one example of ways that people step up to put things in our world. This has been taped in, so you have the transliteration of this prayer and the next prayer that we're going to do. Oh, wow, listen to all the, yes. So, Yiram Hayam Umlo'o, the waters. They clap their hands. You clap, you can hear like the rushing of the water. So bring in a little Rivka energy, little water well ancestor energy as we lift up each other. Yiram Hayam Umla'o. Page 39.
Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Tevel ve'yoshveva. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Tevel ve'yoshveva. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Necharot Yimcha Uchaf Yarai Yarai. Yachad Harim Yiranenu Yarai Yarai. Necharot Yimcha Uchaf Yarai Yarai. Yachad Harim Yiranenu. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Tevel ve'yoshveva. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yachad Harim Uchaf Yarai Yarai. Yachad Harim Yiranenu Yarai Yarai. Necharot Yimcha Uchaf Yarai Yarai. Yachad Harim Yiranenu. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Yiram Hayam Umelo. Tevel ve'yoshveva. Yiram Hayam Umelo.
Sometimes we get really tied up in our days and in what's happening and in the things that have in our feelings, and they get all junked up. I definitely know that's true for me. And one of the things, the great things that helps to untie that is music. And our chorus and our strings and our band throughout the year rehearse on their own, come together, sing, share their gifts with us so that we can move energy. So as we go to untie our ties with Nagi Bor, a prayer that asks for a divine untying of things that make things feel so tight, I want to call up the chorus to help us.
I got the chorus. A lot more work, yeah.
And I'd love to reflect a little bit from the group who's sitting. I'm going to move. While you set yourselves up. There's a lot of us, and yet not nearly all. So those of you who have experienced the chorus and the band and strings, can you just offer a couple of word reflections of appreciation for this group? Yay! 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 Fabulous. Soul stirring. Y'all rock. Grounding, beautiful. Joy. Great. And how about our band? Awesome. Rousing. Bump-a-dum, uplifting. They make you want to dance. Meh? I say this because you really do. You are prayer leaders and holders of space, so you should know. I mean, I know that you know, but it's a chance for us to really give you some love. And now we're going to give you some love with Nagi Bor on page 39. Do you feel a little more untied? Feel a little more expanded? Friends, it's time to welcome Shabbat, the bride, the lover, the uniter of our souls and our spirits. Lecha Dodi, page 41, top of each page following, or the first paragraph of each page following.
Hang on.
Okay.
We're untuning our ties.
Oh, we are untuning our ties right now.
Unties.
Yeah, beautiful.
If y'all are gonna tune, I might as well tune. Probably start by now because it's all warm.
Close enough to Lecha Dodi?
Take a breath. Page 41.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala
Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kal, Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad, Shmo echad, L'shem u'tiferet ve'litila. Hey, lechad, likrat kala, Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Page 43. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'necha, ki hi mekor haberacha. Merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Hey, lecha Dodi likrat kala, Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Arouse yourself. Hitoreri, hitoreri, hitoreri. Page 45. Kiva orech kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai halayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Page 47. Yamin u'smol, tifrotzi, ve'et Adonai taritzi. Al yarish ben batzi, v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Yananai, 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 Pnei Shabbat. Lecha Yeah, and we'll stay standing, everyone, as we turn to page 55 for our Chatzi Kaddish. The space between Kabbalat Shabbat and Ma'ariv. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah ve'amad yivrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei ve'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv ve'imeru Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam ulal me'almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitalev V'yithalal Shmei Dekudesha Brichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiran be'alma ve'imeru amen. Ya la la 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 ya la ya la 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 la. Page 57. Ya la la 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 ya. Adonai, Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Baruch, Adonai, Hamevorach, Le'olam va'ed. Baruch, Adonai, Hamevorach, Le'olam va'ed. And you can exhale and be seated. I'd like to bring up two folks from our newly reconstituted gender diversity VOD, Kara and Lyra. That's right. Whoop. It works. It works. And I'd just like to give a little love to you for the beautiful program that you created on Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. On Wednesday, that lifted up both the hard place that we find ourselves in right now and incredible resilience that is here too, and the beauty that you created. And so here's to more of all of that as we move forward. The resilience and joy part. So we are moving on before you start. Yeah. So we're moving into the Asher Bidvaro, this idea of liminal space. We have come into Ma'ariv and that space between. And so we've asked you to read and share with us the Twilight People in honor of the spaces in between, day and night.
As the sun sinks and the colors of the day turn, we offer a blessing for the twilight. For twilight is neither day nor night, but in between.
We are all twilight people. We can never be fully labeled or defined.
We are many identities and loves, many genders and none.
We are in between roles, at the intersection of histories, or between place and place.
We are crisscross paths of memory and destination, streaks of light swirled together. We are neither day nor night.
We are both, neither, and all.
May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, and widen our vision.
May this in-between light illuminate our way to the God who transcends all categories and definitions.
May the in-between people who have come to pray be lifted up into this twilight.
We cannot always define, we can always say a blessing.
Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on the twilight.
Thank you.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umabdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzavaot shemo, El chai v'kayam tamidim l'chalenu le'olam va'ed, Baruch ata Adonai, Hama'ariv aravim. We turn to page 61. We are reminded that we are loved by an unending love. And in the spirit of tonight and our volunteers throughout the year, I want to lift up the caregivers in our community. The people who make our own eggs and take time to make those beautiful and welcoming. The people who set up our tables and put our chairs away. The people who bring food, who make the food, who bring it, who offer it. The people who clean up our food, our rooms, our spaces, who sweep the floors. The people who publicize our events so that we will know what's happening, use their creativities. The people who come and care for people who are sick, people who have had surgery, who visit, who take people from place to place, help us navigate our lives, our chesed committee, and our individuals who just show up without name, without recognition, but just do the work of caregiving and holding. Yours are the hands, the arms, the fingers, the voices that fill into the world love, this unending love. And so we honor you with this prayer. Page 61. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we are too bitter to hear. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love.
We are supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and
truth and counsel. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love, an unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love, an unending love. We are loved, by unending love, an unending love. We are loved, by unending love, an unending love. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Page 65. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Turn to page 76, and I want to lift up, in honor of this prayer, Michamocha, the Tikkun Olam Vad and all of the subcommittees that live under the umbrella of repairing the world. This song that we sing is the song of a collective people after liberation, giving praise. And in our community, that comes with responsibility. We don't just sit and say thank you. We say, how also can we be vessels of liberation and support? And so our Tikkun Olam teams, stand up if you're on some part of the Tikkun Olam team in this room. Yeah. We have people working on voting and polls and democracy and laws. We have people working with justice and food insecurity, and we have people working with gender. We have people working to help us understand the difficulties of what is happening in the Middle East, stretching our senses, both in relation to what the complexity with Israel and with Palestine and with Palestinians. We have people in this community saying, we have a responsibility to be more than what we are. What else do we have in We have immigrant and refugee communities, the environmental justice programming, and reproductive rights. These are all things. They're so big in and of themselves, and our community steps forward and moves things in this state and in this country. So I want to lift up justice. And we need more people, says Brian. Very good steward of your... Anyone want to sleep out next year? Well, I think the point is actually the point, which we learned. So I lift you up. Thank you for lifting us up. Thank you for lifting justice up. Thank you for reminding us that we are here to be of service in this world. And so we sing Mi Chamocha together. We remember to joy and to celebrate and to dance too. Mi Chamocha, page 79. Call and response is a democratic process. We all have to be in it. So we're going to call and response together. Here we go. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nor tehilot osef elem nor tehilot osef elem ayanai 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 Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nor tehilot osef elem, nor tehilot osef elem, hayanai, 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 bang on those tables. For justice. My mentor, Charlie Murphy, used to say that social justice activists, heartivists have the best parties. Throw down. So I'm going to move us to Hashkivenu on page 81. After that party, there's rest. Comes the rest. But nighttime can also bring a little bit of unsureness, right? It's the time, there's mystery. Some people really like lean into that, and some it's a little like, what's going to happen? So we ask for this prayer of protection. We ask to be covered by a canopy of peace, canopy of wholeness. So you can just take a moment, maybe even imagine a tree, your favorite tree, laying under it, at its foot, at its base, looking up. Maybe there's wind rustling. Maybe you can just peek through some of those leaves to see the stars beyond. On page 83 in English, second line. Sing together, Ufros Aleinu.
Ufros Aleinu sukat shomecha v'tapenu v'etzah tova milfanecha Ufros Aleinu sukat shomecha
Blessed are you, compassionate one who spreads your canopy of peace all over all the people, all over Israel, all over Jerusalem. Amen. Move to page 85. This beautiful observance, this mitzvah, this commandment, this covenant to keep Shabbat. So here we are, decades and decades later, and for those of you who were with us this weekend where we were really deep in ancestral inheritance, both the difficult and the beautiful and resilient, we know that Shabbat is one of those gifts of resilience. Here we are, generations and generations and generations of us keeping Shabbat on Friday night. So we honor that in celebratory style, and we sing together page 85. את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינחש, שבת וינחש, שבת וינחש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרית עולם. And I'll invite you to rise in body or spirit as we take some time for our personal prayer. Prayer of our heart, prayer of the words. We start that on page 91. Take some time to finish. We finish on page 107, so take some time to read through or be with your own experience, and when you are finished, you will have a seat. Page 91. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Open my lips, beloved one, and let my mouth declare your praise. Yasher koach, thank you. Debbie Friedman's Shalom Aleichem. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about this parsha. This parsha is Chayei Sarah, as I mentioned earlier. And I don't know why, but this is actually one of my favorite dvars, or favorite parshas. So I was really excited when it was this week, for a couple of reasons. And I'm going to tell you this, that my thoughts are not fully coherent, so they're notions that you're going to just hear about this week. Chayei Sarah, it's named after Sarah, but the first line says she lived 127 years and died. And then the rest of it is not about her, it's about what happens, her burial, and what moves on forward. And it always strikes me as odd, and I just want to lift Sarah up. 127 years. She would have been born in 1897 if that was this day and age. That's a lot of life, a lot of change, a lot of experiences. So for me, that deserves more than a sentence. But that's what happens, is experiences get truncated, they get flattened, and they get put into one sentence. So I'm just lifting up the fullness of life, even when there's just one sentence. The other reason that I really love this parsha is because it's the first love story of the Torah. Rebecca, again. It's the first love story, and it starts with an act of kindness. Rebecca is at a well, like I said before, doing what she knows to do. And in her is just hospitality and care. So in this interpretation, Abraham sends out his servant, his person, to go out and look for a wife for Yitzchak, the one who laughed, Yitzchak. Now imagine this person is like through the wilderness and the desert and does not have water. I just want to slow it down a little bit, like that need. First of all, it's just someone who's tired, who's been going for a long time. But also water. You cannot live very long without water. And he comes upon Rebecca, and the first thing she does is give him water to a stranger. She shows kindness. And then she cares for his camels. She gives his camels water. And that's kind of what we do when we show up for each other. We act with kindness. Sometimes we don't even know what the circumstances are that someone is coming with. Sometimes we do. But this idea of chesed, of living and loving kindness, it's an active practice, and we show up together doing that over and over again. So we learn that love comes in this story from kindness. And not only that, Yitzchak is grieving his mother. And we know something more specific this week about grief. He's grieving his mother, and he is met with kindness. And he opens up to love, even in grief. There's a place for love. And for me, there's a lot of hope in that. I was reading some Brene Brown. This time, we're reading different things that give us different moments and nuggets of inspiration. And she says that hope, I'm going to find it exactly because I want to say it well. I can't find it now. She talks about hope as something that we consciously, it's like it's this place where we know it's not wishful thinking. It's like oh, I have a way of handling, I can do this. There's a goal and I can do it and I can meet that. And it's small acts. It's moment by moment. It's giving water to somebody when they are thirsty. It's meeting someone at a moment of need and listening. It's moving chairs to make things comfortable, to clean up. It's asking how someone is. It's volunteering for a committee or a moment. And these little acts, they're love. They open us up to places even when we are in pain. There's possibility. So I just want to shine some light on those notions. The Torah has some horrible stories in it. And they're also just these sentences. We kind of go by them quickly, but they were real, and the time we're in is real. And maybe 500 years or 1,000 years, someone will reduce it to a paragraph. So it's up to us to animate it, and it's up to us to figure out how we animate it. And we're taught this beautiful notion of love coming from kindness, coming in moments of grief. What are some moments, just let's put them in the room this year, that you saw that in action here in this community? Noah Johnson, the way. Susan in Greece. What else? What about the election? Came together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Emily. During high holidays. What did you see during high holidays? So much help during high holidays. Yeah, it took all of us in a lot of different ways. Kara. Yeah, so we were like holding as a staff, and then the community was holding. There were like rings, concentric circles of care. Yeah, Jackie. After you fell, the support that you received, that Nancy received. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alan.
I thought it was very touching the other night when that little girl was restless in the front row.
Yeah.
You went over so lovingly and then took her like and played with her. And I thought that was, to me, so very touching.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah. That was during our Trans Day of Remembrance, and it was Ada, who everyone should know, is all I'm saying. Ruben.
I just sort of had this sense recently that we are feeling really connected as a community, and like people like physically touching one another and kind of holding on in a sense, and really being open to each other, supporting one another.
So like the physical connection and
Physical and heart.
And heart connection that we are holding on to one another. Yeah, Mackenzie. Try and stay together. Beautiful. How beautiful is it? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Yeah, Josh. Yes. I'll throw one in, which is Purim, the open mic. Like how much fun, and that was just a homemade experience of people saying yes and showing up and figuring out how to make that happen. It was really incredible.
Nancy.
Oh, Nancy. Yes. Yeah, one more. Go ahead, Val.
The way this community has held and welcomed and just the embrace of the teenagers as a group and as individuals is
Hmm. beautiful. So, just lifting that up on this night of volunteer Shabbat, that it's sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's like, it's hard, and sometimes it's not. And it's always really good. And it's always in service of the bigger whole, the bigger good. And I wish us another year of connection and deepening ways that we show up for each other, and lots of laughter and lots of holding when it's not so funny. But the reminder that love shows up in all of those places. Shabbat shalom. Is that what I'm supposed to? Shabbat shalom. So we'll move forward. I want to bring a little bit of healing into our community. So we'll offer, I'm going to read some names first, and we'll offer some healing prayer, some time for you to call out some names of those who you are wishing for some healing. Might be yourself, it might be someone you know, it might be people you don't know. But let's create a little web right now, put names into the air. Kim Goldsmith, Dave Roxy, Maureen's family. I'll read the names on our Misha Berach list. Could you play a little bit while I read? Thank you. Scott Epstein, Ali Sharman, Mark Podhorzer, Roseanne Glick, Patty Johnson, Victoria Isbister, John Isbister, Carl Pruitt, Bowen Harbuck, Anna Levy-Sprick, Ruth Camphor, Nell Mayer, Dory Perling, Nancy Rosenblum, Sharon Bronstein, Melissa Sachs, Rabbi Zev Chaim Fair, Rich Tel Johan, Randy Foster, Ava Kotlier, Susan Birch, Sarah K. Black, Terry Egdahl, Richard Anzalone, Mildred Anzalone, Rachel Hahn, Margie Asheroff, Jean K. Black, Jackie Sherman, Lisa Tyler, Shirley Olafern, Ellen Mandel Levine, Barbara Rubin, Kara Levine Brenner, Steve Goldsmith. We sing together. So we move to the prayer for the end of hiding, which occurs to me as the love story of our people here. So we honor the bravery and the courage of people who said, I will be whole, and I will do it in community, and I will be courageous. And because of them, we're here today. So we lift up this prayer in their honor. Original volunteers of this community. Would anybody like to read it up here or read it from the microphone?
Please join me. As LGBTQ Jews, we are aware of the loss of integrity we suffer due to the pressures of the larger society. We often feel forced into a dishonest presentation of ourselves to ourselves and others. The LGBTQ individuals who feel they must pretend to be something that they are not. The Jews who feel they must be alienated from their tradition and community to win larger acceptance, both are victims of a theft of identity and integrity committed by the sexual, gender-identifying, or religious majority. Creator of the universe, we ask that our hiding draw to an end, that no longer feel we have to pretend, to promise falsely, to renounce ourselves, and that our fullest creative expression as Jews and as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people be among the blessings you bestow upon us. Amen.
Amen, amen. So I'm going to ask you to think of a moment that you're grateful for from a volunteer from this year. And when you have it, we're not going to share them, it's just for you. When you have it, I'm going to ask you to stand. Some moment in the last year that was made better because of someone, something you saw someone do, something you appreciate. I'm going to ask you to stand. Aleinu, it's on us. Look around. We do it. We do it together. We do it because of each other. Aleinu. We're going to sing your beautiful version of this together.
לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, במלכות שדי. Every time a mother cries, hallelujah. Every time our fire dies, hallelujah. The world is shattered into dust, hallelujah. And repairing it is up to us. Broken and the beaten down, homes where there's no hope around,
we open up our hearts to feel. Our spirit has the power to heal. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Etakein olam shaddai. Etakein olam shaddai. Etakein olam
You may be seated. So we're coming to the time in the service where we honor those who we've lost. And today, Henry told me earlier this week that today is the birthday. And yeah, okay. Yeah, Henry's saying, "Let me do it." Yes, yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna have you come up. I'm gonna let you do it.
So it's Friday, today's Friday, November 22nd. And I guess is that date significant in the calendar for some of us of a certain age especially? 1963. This is not a round number anniversary of the assassination of John Kennedy, but it's one of those years when it falls on a Friday, and those of us of a certain age remember what we were doing that afternoon. For most of us, ball games were canceled, Thanksgiving plans were changed, and people gathered in churches and synagogues and said a special Kaddish for the president who had been killed that day. This is something I wrote a half a lifetime ago. Family legend has it that I made history the day Kennedy was assassinated. I was only 9 years old. This may seem far-fetched and impossible to prove, but the claim is this. I was responsible at age 9 for the first memorial service held in a house of worship for the slain president. We were playing kickball that afternoon in the schoolyard across the street, in the schoolyard, which is directly across the street from my hometown synagogue. It doesn't look a lot different from, it's a little house. And so my life's come full circle in that respect. I've returned to synagogue in a little house. My ancestors bought this house from a guy who ran a pool hall. And he made a pretty good living running the pool hall, apparently. So we first knew something was wrong when our teacher began to confer grim-faced with other teachers while we romped around in the gray playground dust. As we rounded the bases playing kickball, our teacher shuttled back and forth to her car where she was listening to the radio. Yes, the word circulated. He has been shot. And soon, no, it can't be. He's dead. School continued, though. Friday was show and tell day. It was my turn. And what I had planned that day was a tour that I conducted every couple of years of our synagogue. And I was always the only Jewish kid in the class. And so we marched from the schoolyard to Temple Emmanuel across the street. The kids were always intrigued to go into a Jewish church for the first time, to see the sacred scrolls and looked at the prayer books that for some reason read the wrong way, from right to left. That made no sense, did it? So we marched from the schoolyard, 2 by 2, like animals into the yard, from the playground, where we were greeted by Uncle Ellis Farber, who was the president of the congregation. The gravity of what had happened in Dallas did not hit me fully until Mom arrived. Her eyes and face were red with grief. It was an expression that I thought she reserved only for personal losses. I knew then, only then, that something very, very significant had happened. As a fourth grader, I didn't have a detailed grasp of current events, but I did have a clear image of what Kennedy meant to me. He was a sharp, cool guy compared to his balding predecessor, Eisenhower. When he stood up against old Khrushchev, he radiated virtue, not unlike Superman. He was a president who played football on the White House lawn, who had his own TV show. Remember, press conferences were kind of an invention in those days. And a stylish wife with children, even younger than I. He was the president of tomorrow, the president of the Jetson generation. He was the president of my time, or so I thought it would be. And now as I stood before my classmates in the sanctuary, he was gone. The tour was over, and Uncle Ellis suggested we bow our heads. We prayed, we opened the prayer book to the Kaddish, and Uncle Ellis chanted in Hebrew for the Roman Catholic president. It was this act that supposedly made history, this vigil within minutes of the announcement of Kennedy's passing. 2 decades later, I read this half a lifetime ago. Decades later, as I groped for details of the day, I turned back to the Kaddish. I'm reminded that although it is a prayer of mourning, it really doesn't speak of death at all. Rather, it is a statement of life. And this translation comes from a decades-old conservative prayer book. May there be abundant life and peace from heaven and life for us all. The message of old is remindful of a more recent statement of ideals, Kennedy's own inaugural address. In that speech, he dreamed aloud of, quote, a new world of law, where the strong are just and the weak secure. If I go into a Kennedy accent, forgive me. This will not be finished in the first 100 days, nor will it be finished in the first 1,000 days, nor in the life of this administration. And this is how he ended the inaugural address. Nor even perhaps in our lifetime on this planet, but let us begin.
Henry, show us that, hold that up. That was the story that Henry wrote. And where was that printed?
In the Wilmington Morning Star.
Wilmington Morning
And,
Star.
they reproduced my weekly reader. Does anybody remember the weekly reader? And the cover of the weekly reader the last week of November was that photo.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yasher Koach. Thank you for lifting up service in its highest level and giving us a chance to hear more about the life of someone. So I'm going to ask those of you who are observing a yard site, if you are observing a period of mourning, to please rise. We'll turn to page 131. Please say your names.
My aunt and Susan Singer was addressed today.
What, Uncle Barry?
No, Scott Taylor Madison. Charlie Carish, I think this is the end of Harriet's 11 months also, and Marianne Chu.
Richard Adler and Noah Johnson.
Jacosa Kato.
No, Johnson.
My dad's partner, Maureen McDevitt. Page 131. Yidkadal v'yidkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach irutei ve'yamlich malchutei b'chaye echon u'yom echon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam ul'almei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitmaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudisha brichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav.
Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. And may their memories be a blessing. So who, dear friends, is reading our announcements tonight? Amazing Julie Fishman, yay.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thanks so much for being here tonight. I'm Julie Fishman. I'm the VP of the board. So I want to thank our greeter. Thank you to our Zoom host and on-site staff members, Emily and Kara. Yes. Thank you very much to our service leaders, Rebecca and Will. Thank you to today's police officer on duty, Major Nicole Rutland. Thank you very much to the band and to the chorus. Thank you for all the special guests, all our wonderful volunteers who are here tonight, and we know there are many, many more. Each of you probably represent like 3 other people who volunteer in our community as well, who can be here in person. So just a few reminders before we wrap up this evening. The CBH office will be closed next week for Thanksgiving, and will reopen on Monday, December 2nd. We won't be having services at CBH next weekend, but all are invited to log in for a special Friday night 15-minute minion on, I guess that would be the November 29th at 6:30 p.m. on Zoom.
6
I'm
p.m.
sorry, it said 6 in here. Thank you all. 6 p.m. This upcoming Friday, week from tonight. If you're an interfaith family in the throes of the December dilemma, we invite you to join us at CBH's Community School on Sunday, December 1st at 10 a.m. for a program on navigating the winter holidays. Email Cantor Jen for more information. On Friday, December 6th, our very own Ariella Friedman will be leading us in an artistic Shabbat experience. The program is limited to no more than 50 participants, so please sign up online to reserve your spot. No artistic talent or background is needed, just a willingness to experiment. Also mark your calendars for Sunday, December 8th, because we're going to help you all get your holiday shopping done. We will be hosting a pop-up pottery shop featuring the beautiful works of our beloved, the late Harriet Gold. All proceeds will go directly to the CBH music program. There will also be live music at the sale, a time for communal singing, and some complimentary tasty treats to enjoy. You can find the full schedule online. Please make sure to stop by. Again, Sunday, December 8th, this is in the afternoon. We don't have time to announce every upcoming program at CBH, so be sure to check out our website, in particular the website calendar for details on upcoming events. Thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, Nancy has a, yeah.
I wanted to remind you all, first, I want to thank Brian Kaplan for all of his efforts for Covenant House and his sleep out last night.
Me too.
With Rebecca.
Anyway, I want to remind you all that this is like a really cool and important charity to support. And I think we have a CBH team that is supposed to raise a number that has 3 zeros behind it. And so if you have not participated, we'd love to have you. And if your company has a match, that would be good. And Brian, I think you said our team needs everything by Thanksgiving?
I think that's when the auction closes.
Okay. And it's Shabbos, but somebody gave me one of these. So it's FYI, I don't want to, whatever. Please support this wonderful effort. And I'm there next year too, but I'm not slipping out. Thank you.
So we are coming to our last song, and we cannot end without lifting up our board. So I'd love for the board members in the room to stand up, please. Incredible work. I saved it for Oseh Shalom because Oseh Shalom is a prayer for those who make peace in the heavens and the earth. And you all have heaven and from heaven to earth, all kinds of things. And may there be peace for you and for all of us. Amen. Thank you so much for all of the time that you spend and your hearts and your everything that you give. It is tremendous. It is tremendous. We are very grateful for you. So we sing together, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bimro'ah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Le'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimro'ah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Le'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Hey! Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Hey! Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 ya la la, la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la. Hey! Ya la 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 la, ya la ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la. Oseh Shalom Bimro'ah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Le'al Kol Yisrael, Le'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.